I just want to start this video off by asking a question. Were you confused at the end of the Iranian movie, The Night? What was he doing in the mirror? Why did he have a toothache? What did those tattoos mean? Who was in the bathtub bleeding? Why were there multiple niddas and policemen? Why the black cat? What did the ending mean? What is the movie trying to say? Well, I'm here to help you out, because this movie was wild. I watched some interviews and really analyzed the themes of the film, and I feel like I finally understand this movie's message and all of its symbols. To break it down, I'm going to use 3 themes. 1, the Haunted Hotel Normandy, where we'll discuss the hotel's curse, the sun spirit, the girl spirit, the true universe quote at the very beginning of the film, the multiple versions of Netta, and the bloody bathtub. 2, the power of innocence, where we'll discuss the baby, the policeman, the receptionist, and the mafia game. And 3, the biggest theme, Babek's lack of empathy and accountability, where we'll discuss the man on crutches, the first mirror scene, Babek's toothache, the hooded demon, the black cat, the hospital scene, the tattoos, and the final scene in the mirror, and how it all relates to theme number 1 and theme number 2, and much more. And if you like this video, please leave a thumbs up and a comment. It helps so much. And if you want to see more of these, please make sure to subscribe as well. Let's get started. Okay, theme number 1, the Haunted Hotel Normandy. This movie is really complex, so I think it's best to start this analysis with a description of the premise of the film. A couple become trapped inside a hotel with their demons, real and imagined, until they can confront the secrets of their marriage. So clearly the main point of this movie is for our 2 main characters, Babek and Netta, to reveal their secrets to each other. For Babek, it's cheating with a young girl. For Netta, it's aborting their son in Iran. Once they reveal these 2 secrets to each other, they'll be able to leave the hotel. Every demon we see in this hotel represents an inner demon that Netta and Babek have to face. The little boy running around in the halls, along the stairs, and causing ruckus on the roof is the spirit of the son that Netta aborted, which is why he continuously is calling for mommy. The young girl who shows up in the reflection in the hotel room and in the elevator is the girl that Babek cheated on his wife with. This is why she says lines like, "Remember, and you said you loved me." The hotel also acts as a multiverse of alternate realities. This is indicated just before the very first shot in the movie, where we get a quote saying, "A multiverse and only one universe, and only one true universe." So looking at this quote, we have a universe, a multiverse, and a true universe. To me, this indicates the couple's lives before the hotel, at the hotel, and after the hotel, only if they are honest with each other. The reason why the last one has a question mark is because we don't know if Babek and Netta will both have the courage to reveal their secrets and live in a truthful marriage. So I'm gonna describe how the hotel acts as a multiverse. We see several alternate realities throughout the film within the hotel. One reality where Netta is more agreeable with Babek, one where Netta has divorced Babek, and one where I presume Netta is killing herself from the depression of a dishonest marriage. The night never ends at the hotel. Time also shifts backwards and forwards at different speeds, and characters disappear and replay what they've already said and done, like the policeman. We even get one painting at the hotel predicting what actually happens at the end of the movie. So overall, the purpose of the hotel is to represent the unbearable repetitiveness and inescapability of a dishonest marriage, as well as the horrific outcomes that Babek and Netta could face if they never tell each other the truth. This is why the receptionist and Sophia and even Farhad on the phone all say the same quote: "There is no way out." Meaning, there is no way out of this hotel, there is no way out of the darkness, and there is no way out of an insufferable marriage, unless Babek and Netta tell each other the truth. Theme number 2, the power of innocence. Throughout this movie, you may notice the baby is never harmed, nor is she ever even threatened. Every single character in this movie, the demons and the human characters, are all working together to protect the baby. For example, the policeman is quite cold and even a little rude to our main characters. But once he picks up the baby, he becomes warmer and reminds the couple to make sure they take care of her. The receptionist also tells Babek about various tragedies that he's witnessed, but says the worst death is the death of a child. The main point being made by the protective demons, the policeman, and the receptionist is that an innocent child should not have to suffer from the actions of adults who have done wrong. Baby Shabnam is always being watched over and protected by the demons because unlike her parents, she has no secrets to reveal. This explains the shadowy figure in the room behind Babek watching over Shabnam. If the demons and the hotel can get Babek and Neda to admit their truths, innocent baby Shabnam will be better off. The theme of innocence is also present during the Mafia game scene. What happens in this specific game of Mafia reflects everything that happens later in this movie. Babek is the Mafia who never gets caught, symbolizing his secret he never admits to. Neda is a citizen, but is killed in the game because of Babek's lies, symbolizing how she eventually pays the price of death for Babek's dishonesty. The doctor player couldn't save the right life, symbolizing how Farhad failed to save the girl in the hospital. As a joke, Babek says to Neda, "Don't worry about baby Shabnam, I'll find her a sweet mommy," symbolizing his infidelity with the girl, Sophia. Neda responds, "My ghost will find you and pluck your eyes out," symbolizing the eventual demons who terrorize him in the final act of the film. Theme number 3. Babek's lack of empathy and accountability. One thing we know for sure, as said before, is that Neda and Babek both need to admit the truth for the morning to come, and for the two of them to leave the hotel. The old man on crutches says to Neda, "They hear the truth, morning comes." And later in the film, Neda admits to Babek that she had the abortion, and the lights come on. The receptionist says to Babek, "It's like quicksand. The more you struggle, the deeper you get in." Unfortunately, Babek does exactly this throughout the film. He does every single thing he can to get out of the hotel, except for simply telling Neda what he did. This introduces a greater point about Babek's lack of empathy and accountability for his actions. And Babek's inability to face himself and his own mistakes is represented by all of the additional symbols in this film. A major symbol of this is when Babek literally can't face his true self when he can't see his own reflection in the mirror. Babek has a toothache throughout the entire film and has to simply deal with the lingering pain in every moment of the night. This reflects the lingering pain of keeping his secret that he has to live with in every moment of his life. This hooded demon only appears in the presence of Babek, and I believe this hooded demon represents the inner demon of Babek's inability to face himself and take accountability for his actions. When Babek kills a cat with his car, he cares very little about the cat's death. Immediately, he sees the hooded figure facing him in the street. The black cat we see throughout the film is the spirit of the cat that Babek killed with his car, reminding him of the life he has taken. The policeman also mentions that his daughter was hit by a car and killed. This is also to remind Babek of the empathy and accountability he should have for taking a life with his car. Earlier in the film, Babek dismisses the importance of doctors by saying Farhad just sticks people with needles. Farhad soon after mentions that he failed to save a girl's life recently. Babek asks Farhad if he knew the girl, implying that her death should only have an effect on him if her life meant something to him personally. This is another showcase of Babek's lack of accountability and empathy for others. The girl who Farhad failed to save could also possibly be the daughter of the policeman who was hit by the car. Personally, I would say that is certainly what happened. So, since Babek couldn't tell Neda his secret after she told him her secret, the hooded demon and the hotel's demons take Babek to the deepest and darkest place of the hotel in order for him to feel the pain of all the people he has done wrong and hasn't felt empathy for. First, we get the spirit of Sophia begging Babek to tell the truth to Neda, but he resists, and as a result, he gets to experience himself inflicting the physical version of the emotional pain he's inflicting on Neda by not telling her the truth. I also want to say I don't think this Neda is the actual Neda. I think this Neda is one from an alternate reality, which is why Neda is actually alive in the final scene. Next, we get the cat, who leads Babek further into the darker depths of the hotel, and we hear Babek's baby crying. Babek uncovers the stroller, thinking it's his baby, but he sees the cat in the condition it was in when he hit it with his car. This forces him to see the death of the cat through the lens of someone hitting his daughter with a car, forcing him to have more empathy. And this scene also relates to the policeman's daughter who was killed by a car. Which brings me to the final scene. The hooded demon leads Babek into a vision of the hospital where Farhad works and where Farhad failed to save the girl's life. Babek is literally put in the position of the girl who is dying in order to feel her pain. He also sees Neda being wheeled off in the way the dead girl would be who Farhad couldn't save. It makes sense that the man who tried to save Neda in the street would be the one wheeling her off in this vision. And Babek finally sees Sophia in a body bag the same way the dead girl would eventually end up. Babek still refuses to face his demons and face himself, so in a last effort to escape this horrifying vision, he stabs his tattoo, which he thinks may be causing all of this. The tattoo represents the irremovable memory and guilt that both Babek and Neda have for the secrets they are keeping from each other. The hooded demon leads Babek down this dark forest, which I would say is a metaphor for Babek's path of inevitable lifelong suffering for never telling Neda the truth. Babek wakes up from his vision, still in the hotel. The night still hasn't ended, but Neda and baby Shabnam are sleeping in peace. The reason why is because Neda has released her truth, and Shabnam has always been innocent. Babek remains awake, still unable to find peace in the hotel, because he is still keeping his secret. Since Neda revealed her truth, her tattoo looks to be fading away, the same way her shame is fading away. Since Babek hasn't told his secret, his tattoo remains prominent on his arm, with the shame that remains prominent in his mind. I believe he will never leave the hotel until he tells Neda his secret. If he never reveals his secret, he will remain in the multiverse of the hotel with horrifying dreams, demons, and visions, and never make it out into a life of truth. Unlike Neda, Babek is still afraid to face himself and his truth, symbolized beautifully in the film by Babek's own reflection turning his back on himself and never accepting who he truly is. Alright, that's my analysis. Please let me know your thoughts and theories in the comments because I know this movie can go in so many different ways and I would love to hear the theories. I hope you subscribe so I can see you again. Thank you so much for watching. See you later.